Sonic Speed Simulator, everyone's favorite least controversial Sonic game. Yeah, there's microtransactions, they're bad, what's new, go watch this video if you want to hear about that. But instead today, I want to focus on some of the actual gameplay in Sonic Speed Sim. Because despite what you might think, yes, there is actual gameplay here, and sometimes it's pretty good, sometimes it isn't, but sometimes it is. If you've never played the game before, there's multiple different worlds that you get access to while playing, so in this video, I want to go over why I like them, or maybe why I actually don't? It's complicated, and honestly, some of it isn't even the level design's fault, but that's why I'm talking about it. So feel free to drop a like if you enjoy the video, and don't forget to subscribe so you can catch future videos. But let's get right through this old warp ring here and... So one thing I want to get out of the way immediately is that I don't hate Sonic Speed Sim. I mean, look at all these characters. If I hated it so much, then why do I have 3 New York-style Sonics, huh? But I want to say that because I need you to understand that this video won't just be the same old hating that you've all probably heard before. In fact, for my first point, I want to say that this game does generally have some fun world design. Sort of, at least. In terms of what the game is going for, which is a Roblox simulator, man, this is some of the highest quality Roblox simulator you'll ever come across. Genuinely a vein of coal in a sea of dirt and stone. Not a diamond, geez, no, far from it. But hey, Roblox simulators are pretty much the bottom of the barrel, and I think everyone knows that. But Sonic Speed Sim, for as automated as a lot of the worlds can get, actually still has some fun places to run through. Unfortunately, as I just mentioned, the automation here is a big issue, especially because there is literally an auto-run mode, but thankfully, the game is not restrictive. That's big. When you think about automation in most Sonic games, it's usually very restrictive, oftentimes just meaning you're watching the gameplay itself, being forced along a set path while you can't really do anything. However, in this game, a lot of it can very much just be ignored completely. Take City Escape or Metro City for example. There's rails everywhere here, but you never actually have to use any of them. Yeah, a lot of them have all the goodies, but if you want to take off those soap shoes and put on some Crocs or something, well go ahead. And it isn't just the automation that you can ignore either. These levels are more so designed as playgrounds for you to run, or fly, around in, meaning the actual level segments here, if you even want to call them that, can be mixed and matched and skipped and flipped and whipped. Well, I don't know about the last one, but you get the idea. It's like if the open zone design of Frontiers was even more open, even more freeing, even more integrated. You're hearing that right, integration. The level design and the world you run around in are actually integrated into each other? Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect. I mean, you can see it here for yourself. But then take a look again. You can see it for yourself. Loops here are part of the world. Ramps, slopes, almost all of it is part of the world. When I'm running around Pumpkin Hill, sure I may be grinding a rail here, but it actually feels like it was naturally implemented as part of the castle? Okay, this bit is too much. I think you get the idea though. It's fun having the level design look like it actually belongs in the world it's in. These ramps in City Escape feel natural. The slopes in Green Hill, the bridges in Radical Highway, the giant loops over a pit of death in Metro City. Okay, well, maybe not that one. But at least it looks like it could be there. This game's world design may not be perfect, but it certainly is a lot better than I think most would expect. However, the stuff you're actually doing while running around them is, well, let's just say it's less than stellar. Yeah, quest design in this game kinda sucks. And no, I'm not just talking about the needless padding for player retention, although that sucks too. But I'm talking about the literal quest design here. 99% of them are just collect 1,000 orbs, destroy 100 badniks, collect 5,000 cards. Find these things on the map that totally isn't just collecting another thingy again. You see what I mean? And then there's the quests that take you out of the worlds themselves, like boss battles or races, which are unique, I guess. I've never really found them interesting, especially because they're extremely repetitive, but they've been getting marginally better from what I've experienced. Those are difficult to judge, and the races are usually the most boring and uninspired quests, since it's usually just going in a straight line about 10 or so times. And the stage maps they've been doing since, I don't know when those started, which aren't exactly one-to-one copies of existing Sonic levels, but I kinda wish they were, since those would at least be more fun than Auto-Run or City Escape that barely functions half the time. And I mean, that sounds harsh, but when I have the actual City Escape to compare it to, why would I ever want to play this one? Whoops, that got a bit off topic. Right, the quests. Yeah, I don't really know how exactly these should evolve, but when every new event or world has the same quest of, go collect this arbitrary collectible thingy 50,000 times, that starts to get a little old after a while. And speaking of events, it's kinda crazy to me just how many worlds in this game are event specific. And what I mean by that is, new worlds in this game usually don't just get made because they would be cool stages to have. I mean, sometimes that happens. But looking at the stage list, you have things like No Place, New York City, Speed Jungle, Cyber Station, Space Colony Arc, and Radical Highway, which are all part of some external tie-in thing like Sonic Prime, Sonic Superstars, or Shadow Gens respectively. And I'm sure some of the other ones are also because of different events as well that I just am not aware of because I don't follow this game like that. It's kinda unfortunate that this game is pretty much forced into having some sort of event with any ongoing Sonic release, even if they turn out good. I think aside from No Place, none of the worlds are actually bad. I just wish the devs could show some of their creativity by making zones they actually want to make. But honestly, this is more of a nitpick than anything, and since the events definitely keep this game running, well, at least they add cool new characters. No, this is not about the character choices themselves. I'm not a psychopath. I love being able to play as Adventure Knuckles, or ESP Silver. However, I think one of the biggest problems with Sonic Speed Simulator is the way that the characters control. I think the characters in this game are too overpowered. Yeah, I said it. And because of this, I think that unfortunately ruins a lot of the world design this game goes for. You genuinely go so fast in this game that you can jump over entire maps if you have some decent speed, which is not hard to do at all. Not to mention some characters can just straight up fly, like that's the very definition of OP. None of the world design is respected by how the characters actually move around it. But wait, that doesn't mean it's bad. I think they handle very well. Turning feels good, control is responsive, and as much as I just said they're overpowered, I actually love going super fast. So what's the issue then? Well, I think the worlds themselves are just simply too small. When I can run from one end to the other in like 3.67 seconds, I think they might need to just be a tad bit bigger. This game is like if you were playing as Unleashed Sonic, but had classic Sonic sized levels. You just blast through everything in sight, which again is part of the fun, but I think it could be better. More on that in a sec. First, I need to bring up the actual biggest culprit of it all, the boost. No, this is impossible. I love the boost, but it's just too good. This game relies on the boost so much, to the point where the level design suffers from it. There are some set pieces which literally require you to be boosting, or else you just simply won't get past them, which is tragic, because this game does have momentum, and the spin dash used to be good. It's really fun to use on the adventure style characters. But why would you ever spin dash when you can just hold down the infinite speed button instead? And that's why you can fly across so much of this game so quickly. That's why Sonic did the 6-7 earlier. It's because the boost makes you go so incredibly fast. I genuinely tried playing the game at 40% max speed and, well, okay, yeah, no, that's not a good solution. Slowing things down sucked. But I think there is a way forward. I'm just not sure if the devs are gonna like it. And that is to just simply make the worlds way bigger than they currently are. And I'll tell you why I know this would work, because they actually did it with Kronos Island already. Kronos Island is not perfect. Is it fun? Yes, very fun. In some places, even more so than the game it comes from. However, it is still heavily automated with not too much to do. But the stuff that is there actually feels like it fits into the Speed Sim playstyle. The platforming actually feels like you can platform. The world isn't something you can fly over with one jump and an air boost. Now, unfortunately, it lacks integration, just like Base Frontiers, but that isn't my point. My point is that bigger maps could work, and Kronos Island is the proof. And if making these giant maps from scratch is too hard, well, why not try combining some of the existing ones together instead? The game feels so empty nowadays because there's so many worlds that players could be in, so why not combine some of them so that more players are together, and the worlds themselves get bigger and more fun? Kill two birds with one stone type of thing. Or, don't kill, just like two fish with one fishing rod. Sorry, Big, I tried my best on that one.
Oh, don't worry, it's the effort that counts.
I actually just came up with that on the spot. The world combination thingy, not the fishing expression. But I think that could be a good start to making the worlds more fun in Sonic Speed Simulator. That, or just port all the frontiers into the game. I wouldn't complain. But what do you think? Am I talking crazy? Or would you want to see some of the stuff I talked about in this video actually happen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe while you're down there. I'll keep playing Speed Sim in the meantime. Well, at least whenever I feel like it. And you know what? Maybe, just maybe, I'll make some videos on other Roblox games too. How's that? But anyways, I'll see you next time.